Egghead News Podcast Daily. Avengers EndGame. It's here. It hit. And we're going to talk about it. Because that's all anybody's talking about. This is Egghead News Podcast Daily. I'm Tracy Spivey. With me, as always, Mr. Pablo. Say it twice, Solano.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Pete, we're here. We're now in the clouds and the vapors of the most all-consuming movie for the next
before we get
5 years.
Before we get into it, we're gonna be discussing the EndGame trailer, not necessarily in detail of what we're just gonna talk about it because this is probably one of the most exciting things that has happened to me in the past couple of weeks. Then we're gonna talk about Aquaman and the rave reviews that it's getting. Not even the rave reviews, but already 100 million overseas, pretty much.
Money.
And then we're going to talk about Black Panther and big up Black Panther for, getting that nomination. But if that is the case, there's another movie that will certainly require the same, how would I say, acceptance for not next year, not 2020 award season.
It'll be 2019.
No, it would be 2020.
Oh, yeah, the award show will be in 2020, right. The year will go by, yeah.
So let's get into it. EndGame. Talk to me.
EndGame. I said it before. I tweeted it. I said it. I mean, that teaser trailer, those first couple of minutes of Tony in the ship, and I know this can't be a spoiler, not when 200, my last count, 83 million people saw the trailer, which is set all type of records. But we said that. It will set all type of records. It will break all type of records. Blah, 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 blah. Disney's king. We already know. But that teaser trailer from the beginning, I can't believe I could say this, but I almost felt like I was a kid again when The Empire Strikes Back came back, or Star Wars came out, or Jaws came out.
Yes.
It took, and that teaser trailer
Trey,
pulled you right back in as if it was yesterday.
I had chills, yo. I had chills.
I mean, you chilled. You just, time stopped. Whatever you were doing froze. The trailer's out. Everybody waited. They did the big respectful presidential timeout. But then as soon as that trailer dropped, we got pulled in exactly where we were at the end of Infinity War. And I haven't felt like that since the end of Infinity War. Yes or no?
No, definitely. When I was watching, I watched it probably the trailer was like 1 minute. I probably spent 10 minutes watching it.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
I watched it over and over.
And I get the same feeling every single time. There is no movie that I'm more hyped about. Is that, Marvel keeps, for Chris Evans to say, we have something special.
Yeah.
This is something special.
Yeah.
I think this movie experience that we're about to encounter will be perhaps, and I'm speculating, is going to be probably one of the most, I'll probably never feel the feelings and the emotions that I am going to experience when that movie is over. Because we all know, because we all know there are things that are going to happen that we'll probably never see again in terms of characters and people dying off and there's certain things that are going to occur that I'm afraid to say it. Grown ass men are going to probably come out of there crying.
Probably gonna come out of there crying, like a tear gonna.
Fact.
When they say I got sentimental.
And as well as it will be exhilarating because we're probably gonna see the things that we want to see. We're gonna see the Hulk. We're gonna get hyped for Hawkeye. We saw Hawkeye, and you saw, and the expression.
He was destroyed. Did
you see the expression on his face?
Like I said, it brought us right back where we were in May, and I think the whole damn world saw it on the first day. Let's be real. Everybody saw it on the first day. I don't care what country you were in. When at the end of that movie, and Cap said, "Oh God," it hit you.
Yeah.
It really. And of course, we live in the real world, and we know about the business plans, and we know all the things that was going to go on in the acquiring of the Fox property, and but we can put that aside, and that was the great thing about this whole thing. We put that aside, and we stayed in this moment because we can get caught up knowing that the X-Men coming and Wolverine's coming and the Panther. Yeah, okay, but right now, let's stay here right now. And this thing
before we stay here,
and was so compelling.
Before we stay here, let me just say this: that we all know that they will succeed in putting things back, but it will not be as it was.
Oh no, it can't be. The MCU is now changed.
This will be the beginning of something new, a new chapter, a new phase. And that's probably one of the things that I'm most looking forward to is the continuation, not necessarily the continuation, but the ever expanding universe of Marvel.
But I'm like you. I think everybody's going to be sentimental about this. And to think that we're talking about a film, when's the last time we felt this way about film? Unless it was the old Star Wars franchises before the prequels. When was the last way we felt this way about? I mean, we know what's coming, and we all talking about maybe Namor and.
Oh man!
But
I'm
not gonna let this go. I'm not gonna let our current universe go until we get up at the end of April 29th or whatever it is. And the movie finished playing, and then I'll accept it, and I'll look forward to the future because this will close the book.
Yeah, one of the when I was listening to the trailer, one of the things that sticks out the most to me is that whoever wrote this, I applaud them.
It's the same too, Chris McFeeny and same too.
For writing this line. Part of the journey is the end.
Yeah, that line sticks out. You know what? And I said, I said, as much as Tony's Tony, he's right. Part of a journey is the end part. And I think of all the other franchises that took us on that emotional roller coaster, and The Lord of the Rings was one of them. When we finally got to Return of the King, oh my, we've been through this. We was with them from 2003 up until we rode that roller coaster, and now I guess this is a 10-year roller coaster. We rode, and here's the one thing. I mean, that teaser trailer, and I'll stick focus on that before we start expanding about the other trailers and Spider-Man Far From Home. Will it spoil? But before we even get to that, it kept us in that moment. And then when Thanos was walking through his garden, which is comic book history, him with the scarecrow. It was just
scarecrow
wow,
shot. The scarecrow shot was.
That was an ode. That was an ode to everybody that's read those books when nobody was reading those books, when only we were reading those books. It all comes back, and I think at the end of that movie in April when we all see it that first time, because we're going to be going back and studying the thing. I think we'll think about Stan. I'm sure there'll be a dedication to Stan. It's just going to be crazy.
I'm telling you. I was going to say something, but I'm going to leave that for when we talk about Black Panther. But one of the things also I noticed that I think was done very well is that one, they didn't show the Hulk, which is, I think they're saving it very, very, is a very secretive thing because nobody has spoken about it. Everybody just speculates, but we haven't seen one single thing or heard one single thing about the Hulk. Yeah. Number two, when we saw Thor, he was just sitting down chilling. And remember in the first film, when he was having that chat with Rocket Raccoon, he was talking about all the things that he's lost.
Yeah, all the things he's lost.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine what he feels now. You see him sitting down in a hoodie or whatever he's dressed in, but he's not dressed as the warrior anymore. He's dressed as a regular guy. I don't know his mental state, but you can safely assume that he probably has no place to go. He has no people. There's probably very few of them out there.
And while he can teleport anywhere in the universe, but where should he go? He doesn't know where to go.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's going to be, I'm very interested to see where that goes.
Yeah.
It is.
5 more months. 5 more months, boys and girls. Remember, it's not the beginning of April. It's the end of April. And we got a couple of sidetracks before we get to Infinity War. But the teaser trailer, other than the amount of people that tuned in to watch the thing, the numbers say it all. I don't think there's anything for anyone to say. It's just that when was the last time we had a movie trailer or a teaser, whatever you want to call it, that actually brought us back to the very moment we were a couple of months ago? And listen, that was just last May. And it brought us back as if it was yesterday.
But emotionally, yes.
Emotionally, yes.
Yes. Because you see the aftermath. And that is, I think, what we wanted to see, the aftermath of what had occurred. And then we're not only seeing it like right after, we're seeing it a few years after. So there's going to be a lot of storytelling. And again, remember, this is a 3-hour film. I assume it's a 3-hour film based on what the Russos had spoken about.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot to digest. But I think it's going to be easily digestible the way they tell their stories. And we're going to be all in. I'm telling you now.
Oh, I'm going to buy tickets that day.
And
then a ticket for the next day and the Sunday. Okay, listen.
I'm telling people right now. Don't bring your crying ass.
Yeah, that's wrong. That would just be wrong. That would be wrong and disrespectful.
I'm just saying this.
Respect everybody else. Want to enjoy the movie.
Man, because it's just I know people are gonna do it. I know people are gonna do it because they want to go see it. But you have 5-6 months left. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Don't bring your baby. Plan this thing out right. Yeah. And so that everybody enjoys the experience.
I would say, come on, we don't get much. I mean, look at the real world that we living in. We sitting on a powder keg at this point in time right now. So if we don't begrudge us this, don't begrudge us probably, and it probably the best social pop cultural thing that we've had in about 20 years. Don't begrudge us this by a personal, selfish.
Since Batman 89, Trey?
Well, I don't want to. I mean, was the hype for that was just as big as this?
It was all over.
The hype for 89 was just as big as this. This how big this thing is. But I think right now, Infinity War is bigger than Batman. Bigger than that.
It's bigger than anything. It's bigger than anything. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Star Wars.
Star Wars people, this is bigger than anything right now. This is bigger than anything.
Before we move on, I want to ask you this, and let's try to keep it short. 2.5 billion, yes or no?
Yes. Easy.
Why not the last Infinity War, and why this one?
Different. First of all, I don't know. You could say different stakes. You knew that the other one would break $2 billion, which it did. But this one, after what they did to us in the first one, everybody's coming back. It's going to be just like the Black Panther. They're going to be taking school trips to go see Infinity War. You're like, I got algebra today. What you doing? Oh, no, we're going to movies. What? Yeah, we're going to go see Infinity War. That's this class trip today. Wow. How the hell did that happen? I mean, that's what happened with the Panther.
I don't care what you're doing that day or what you're looking forward to. That day is Avengers EndGame day. Everybody is going
EndGame day.
Everybody's going to
see it. And it'll probably be sold out. People will probably pay $100 for a ticket.
Probably.
Even if they sit on the roof.
It's not even the word.
No. It's gonna. I'm talking about probably be sold out days before. As soon as they say the tickets go on sale, forget it.
Months before. I get alerts when stuff goes on sale.
Yeah,
I didn't get an alert for Aquaman.
This is our little hint to everybody. Get plugged in, folks, because this is it. Get plugged in.
So, talk to me about Aquaman. What are you hearing?
From what I'm hearing about
Are
Aquaman,
you excited?
well, yeah, I'm excited, and it's also like a little tie-in for me because I subscribe to that DC universe, and that Titan show is good. Just like
I gotta watch it.
Just like Sabrina is good on Netflix, and the fact that the previous episode, not the Hawk and Dove, if anybody else is listening, besides my aunt, the other show with Wonder Girl, we come to find out that in that DC online universe there is a Justice League, and I know that kind of bothers us to a point, but this is not a Justice League on public television. This is a Justice League on the online series that even you said there should be a Batman. You said Batman should have his own show, and that Batman from the DC universe should be the same Batman that they use in the movies. But that the whole Batman Superman thing is. But anyway, probably. But Aquaman being a huge weekend in China is telling within itself that James Wan separated himself and his project from the past incarnations of the previous, I don't want to say management, but the previous incantations of the characters. James Wan separated himself, and from what I'm hearing is 2 thumbs up. The money's flowing in. Now, whatever happens in America, happens in America. But once the first weekend, boys and girls, if you watch box office and you study this thing, the first weekend, if you break 100 mil, that's it. You won.
You good money.
Yeah, you won. Yeah, that's it. This movie can now coast, and that's not Blu-ray sales. That's not the cable show sale. They won with Aquaman. They're already plotting out the sequel from what I'm reading. They're plotting out the sequel.
I'll say that, Aqualad is gonna probably be in it. What I have to say about Aquaman, I saw a TV spot and I was like, yo, this is looking pretty dope.
I've been trying to avoid everything. I'm trying to hold out, not to look at stuff. But then every time you turn around,
I'm looking for any reason to want to go see it that weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for any reason to want to go see it that weekend. I usually see these things, but if I'm not excited for it, I usually don't take time to go see it that weekend. But because of that last trailer and because of what's happening overseas and some of the good reviews, I'm getting more excited for it. Not Avengers 4 excited.
Oh, no, come on.
Not even Black Panther excited.
Stop.
But excited enough to want to go see it that weekend and check it out and see what they've done.
Because of previously what happened, and the only bright spot was Wonder Woman, and then knowing that, okay, well, here comes Aquaman, and Aquaman with the pressure. You can't fail. You can't fail. You can't fail. You can't fail. Ooh, guess what? Aquaman didn't fail. So who's next up? Shazam! You can't fail. You can't fail. We're trying to get the engine, trying to get the wheel going, So, but then now after Shazam, what other movies in production? Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. I don't know.
DC is definitely DC, and I know you heard that. Even Plastic Man is being considered.
I was talking to Brooklyn Bridge. Plastic Man, who Batman said is the most dangerous person in the universe, but they never explained why they never explained why Batman said that. And I'm like, I'm thinking New Genesis, the Promethean Wall. This guy is really.
But Aquaman, it looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully, I can get some tickets to see it that weekend. It's 2 weeks out, right? 2 weeks out.
Yeah, 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
wow.
And we'll see what Aquaman has to bring, and certainly it will set the precedence for the next installments of DC characters. So Aquaman could be the turning point, and we'll see.
Oh, that's right. Don't forget, you got that Flash movie with Ezra. That Flash movie. Now that Fantastic Beasts didn't perform too well. People said it was overcrowding, too many characters. Listen, we watching Infinity War, and there's got to be like 60 characters. You're gonna say Fantastic Beasts. There was overcrowding was the issue. No, maybe it was the story, maybe it was the content. But to me, the whole thing about overcrowding, that's dead and gone. You can't use overcrowding anymore because how many characters in Star Wars? Like really?
When it comes to too many characters, it usually results, or it has to do with the fans not caring for all these other characters too much.
Okay, because they don't get too much of a spotlight in the 3-hour movie.
But remember, we've had 10 years to get
to
yeah. So at the end of these 10 years, we know everybody that's in it, so it doesn't feel like
too many
there's
characters.
a lot of characters in it. Exactly. You know, so when you do a movie, your second or third movie out, and you have mad people in it, it is a problem because again, we don't care enough about these characters.
We don't know enough.
All in one. Exactly.
Let's get to the last. Well, this one's a little, as you said, congratulations. A lot of hard work. I'm sure a lot of people at the studio, both Disney and Marvel, was basically the same thing. Did a lot of pressing and a lot of lobbying and yeah, we can say lobbying, and they got some nominations from the Golden Globes, and congratulations, Nat Moore. Nat Moore also produced the Captain America: First Avenger and Captain America: Civil War, and there's another brother doing this thing that he doesn't. In my opinion, I think she should get more accolades for producing these.
For sure. He
these
certainly
movies,
deserves
especially
to bring these things to life.
Yeah, especially Winter Soldier changed everything, and now the Infinity War movies changed everything. But getting back to Black Panther, like we said, a lot of lobbying, and here we are with this movie up for nominations for Best Film.
And I'm gonna stick to my guns. I say Black Panther Best Film is a stretch.
Yeah.
There are other categories that is more
suited for it.
More deserving.
Wow.
I'm not gonna hate. Congratulations.
Oh no, yeah, no.
Congratulations. I'll be the first one standing up and clapping. Probably shed a tear. Who knows?
Yeah, Black Panther winning. Okay, and I'll chalk that up to lobbying, and I'll talk that up to politics. And if it wins, like you said, I will applaud it, and I will look to move forward. And well, we got a preference of what the next Black Panther movie should be. And I think there will be pressure that it should be what we preferenced. Because
you're not gonna get away with.
You're not gonna get away with some robber story. Nah.
No, you're not gonna get away with. This is what you're not gonna get away with. What you got away with the first time, which is fine, which is what I expected it to be.
Origin movie,
the whole black cast and power and they're in charge. Nobody runs them and all this other stuff. It stood for something. Fine, we've established that. This time around,
it's got to be a good movie.
That no longer counts.
It's got to be a good movie. And as we said, Wakanda versus Atlantis. Print the money at Fort Knox right now. Just print it. And the introduction of Namor, print the money. It's a wrap. I don't care what else comes out that year.
We got this little piece, and then we'll sign off. We got this little piece of Avengers 4. We got to see something visual instead of all the talk that we've been listening to, talking about. We got something. The questions that we have will be answered in this film.
Yeah.
Unlike Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Unlike Star Wars.
Wow.
And I think people will come out of that movie so satisfied. I'm telling you, 2.5, man, 2.5 billion. I'm calling it out. Today is what? This December 7th, 2018?
Yep.
2.5 bill. And I've been calling 2.5 bill for a while, but I called it with the last movie and it didn't get there. This one, I think my prediction for the last one was for this one. And I just didn't know it.
to be safe, 2.3 to 2.5. 2 bills easy. That's in 20 days.
Easy. 2 bills easy.
That's in 20 days. They'll make $2 billion in 20 days. Okay. Then after that, all the movie theaters will make money from then on. And then they got Spider-Man: Far From Home coming in July. So this is going to be a summer of winning. And the guy said on the TV, he's going to put himself in the basement, lock the door, have oxygen supply, and have food delivered to him. He's not going to go out because he don't want to get hit by a car or any accidents. He is not missing these movies, not catching a cold, not doing anything. I mean, this is
not taking any risks.
Yeah, no risk, anything. I will cross at the green and not in between. That is not a joke. I am not missing these films.
For sure. Well, Trey, so much to talk about, so little time.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. And once again, I gotta give a shout out to my man Demetrius on IG, Darkman on IG. You guys, we have some great conversations. To all the guys on IG that's pulling away. My man, Marky Mark, he just called me this morning because people had some questions about the teaser trailer. And it's nice that people actually call you and ask you questions about the continuity. And it means something. I don't want to get sentimental. But it means something when people are calling you. Because like he said, the average everyday goer, there's questions they ask. But to all the people, the diehards, the hardball eggs, we appreciate it. Much love. We appreciate that. Go ahead. You got a shout out, P?
I want to give a shout out to Freddie because he's been participating in the comment sections in IG. He needs to get his mic so that we can get this podcast going.
Well, we're gonna make that happen probably Wednesday. And remember, he won't watch the trailers.
Yes. He won't watch the trailer, which is a travesty.
Oh God! But it's a good thing though.
It really doesn't show anything. If anything, because we can talk about it all day. He could be there listening to us and stuff like that. But what we experienced, it didn't show us anything. It doesn't ruin anything.
And I would tell him, and you're exactly right there. Not to belabor the point. I can't make him watch it. We can't make him watch. But I will tell you, Brooklyn Bridge. Once you see that trailer in the beginning, I assure you, brother, it takes you right back to moment where we were in May. It's a pop culture phenomenon. It's just a phenomenon. Let's just call it what it is. The MCU is a phenomenon. Kudos to Feige and
I want to also give a shout out to Melvin, because we've been talking on WhatsApp. We have sort of a disagreement in terms of Captain Marvel, but I want to probably leave that for another show. Hopefully we can get him on and talk about it. But yeah, man, it's just so much to talk about. It's an exciting time in the midst of all the bad things that are happening around in the world. This is one shining light that you can sort of look forward to and not stress over,
Yeah, while you're muddled through the swamp like the rest of us, there's some nice distractions to keep everything in focus. So we're gonna sign off, boys and girls, and tell my auntie good night, auntie. I hope you listen to this one too, and I'll bring over some potato salad next week. Once again, this is Avengers podcast. I said Avengers podcast. I would love Avengers. This is EggHeads Podcast Daily. Avengers EndGame teaser review. This is Tracy Spivey signing off.